Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout using the January hip kit. This is the sixth layout using this kit. It took me an hour and 7 minutes to complete. And I think I'm starting layout 9 or 10 tonight. And there's still quite a bit of stuff left. So I'm hoping to get at least, 10, 11 layouts done and we will see. So I'm showing you some of the pattern papers, Amy Tangerine Stitch, and that one is Heidi Swap September Skies. And I love that white background with it's almost like dark navy or black polka dots. And I'm going to play it so it's like really deep navy. And I'm going to mount the whole thing on a navy cardstock from my stash. And what I did is I used my Pick Frame app and I put a couple of pictures on one 4x4, and it's of my grandson. And one of them, he's, well, as suited up as he can be. He doesn't have a helmet yet or anything like that. We thought we had one for when Josh was little, but we're going to have to get him his own. But we got him some skates for his birthday, and then we also got him a hockey stick. And then he took my husband's gloves and put them on so they look like hockey gloves. And so anyway, my daughter took a picture of him, and it's so cute. He's got the little hockey stance, and again, that child, all he talks about is hockey. And if you've been with me for a while, you remember that I did a page about Mason when he was 18 months, and I put all his favorites. I think I'm going to do that again. He just turned 2 last weekend, so I'm going to do it right now, like probably this week sometimes, and I'm going to do his favorites because already in 6 months, it's already changed. So it'll be fun to see, the stuff, how it's changed and everything. Like even his favorite movie is different. His, toys or sports is different. His favorite food is different. Like everything is different. So I'm going to make sure to do that in the next couple of days to kind of document that, because I know it's going to change again in 6 months. So what I did was I'm going to use that polka dot paper from Heidi Swap September Skies as the background, and I mounted the photo on that Amy Tangerine with the polka dots. Oh, love that paper. And this was a branding strip with all X's, and I'm going to cut that in two, and I'm going to use it in a couple of places on the layout below and above the layout. And I am out of ATG, and I'm going to refill it. And I left it in there because I want you to see that tip that Sarah Swan shared on her YouTube channel works. Take the gadget that usually goes where the old, like the leftover goes, and flip it backwards and put it on the roll itself backwards. And I've gone at least a roll and almost a roll, almost a whole roll, and I've never had my ATG gun mess up since. So, it's something to try. I'm not saying that it's never going to mess up, but right now it hasn't messed up yet. So, yay. So that means I can keep using that cheap rolls if it works. And because I wasn't going to stop anyway because I have about 100 rolls. So I was going to use that up. But a few of you asked me to let you know if it did work, and yes, it did work. So if you want to give that a try. And now I went through my 6x6 paper pad that came in the add-on, and I pulled out a few 6x6 pattern papers, and I'm going to, some of them use it in sort of the full 6x6. Other ones, I'm going to cut them down and put them down on the layout. I cut down that acetate with the blue polka dots. I use that as a layer. And now I'm going through the die cuts and seeing what else I can use. The kit, one of the kits came with the wood veneer frames. I love those from Amy Tangerine. And I'm going to use 2 on this layout. I think at this point, I think I only have one left. So I've made good use of one or two left. Good use of those. I've made sure that I use them. Now you're going to see, I'm just going to notice after I'm all done, but I've glued down the XOXO backwards. And you're going to see when I notice, I'm like, what? Because it says OXOX instead of XOXO. So I think it's around this point I'm going to notice and go, oh no. And I tried to pull this stuff off and it just doesn't work. I was going to put the 2015 inside the frame, and instead I'm going to put it on top of the frame to sort of hide that I made that mistake. So I ended up using a few die cuts, that were from the kit, and then other ones were some of the cut apart cards that, from one of the sheets that you could cut apart, and I put it in behind that little frame. One of them is a die cut, the other one is a 6x6 pattern paper. And then I'm going to use a few of the transparencies that came in a kit. Plus, I'm going to use that 2015. I thought maybe of using it in my December daily, my project life. And then I just thought, no, this is, I want to remember the first time, the year, like I want it to be bold, the first time that he got his first skates. And so I'm going to put the year on this layout. Then I took one of my Project Life 4x6 cards, and I'm going to do some of the journaling on that. And also that's where my journaling is going to sit on, or I'm going to put my journaling on. And just to give you a little update, one of my goals for this year was to, journal on 15 layouts per month. I did it last month, and now I was just thinking today I got to pull together, 15 layouts and get them done today. But today's only, we're still at the beginning of February, so it's not as if it's like urgency, but it's still there in the back of my mind, and I'm going to get it done. And this week I'm going to do my Project Life also for the month of January, because January is done, and now I'm just going to do the month. And I think that's where I'm just doing 2 pages. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to wait for the month to be over. Once I'm done taking pictures, for the month, then I'll do my layouts, because that way I can have all my pictures, and instead of just doing one card here or there, I'd rather put an hour and a half together, and I figure that's it'll probably take me 2.5 hours to get the month done, because when I did the December daily, it took me about an hour a page. So I figure if I have to do 2 pages at once, it'll probably take me about a couple of hours. But I plan on recording it, so I'll be sharing that with you guys. Now, this template came in the color add-on in the hip kit. I had some question about that, and it is from Basic Gray and Hero Arts, and you can find it at Simon Says Stamps. I can't remember the name, but if you type in, Basic Gray and Hero Arts, it should come up, and something Hearts, I'm sure. And I'm going to use some of the textured paste that came in the October kit. And I'm just going to put a couple of hearts here and there all over the layout, just to add a little bit more texture. I'm going to end up just putting some drips. I thought of adding like that, like really, and it was just too teal. So instead I just add some splatters here and there, and that is fine with me. And I'll probably take out my heat gun and just dry that up. So the base of the layout is basically done now. So now I'm just going to work on finishing up, the little embellishments here and there. And again, I'm going to use that metallic mint gelato. I love that thing. I think they sell it in the double scoop. And all that means, the double scoop, it just means that it's huge. you know, the stick for the gelato is just like double size. And I think they have it for the metallic mint. And I think I'm going to get a bigger one because I think I'm almost going to be using up this stick because I use it all the time. And then I kind of, you know, scrape it off so that it does use quite a bit at a time. So I want to make sure that I'm going to have some of that because that's probably my most used gelatos is that metallic mint. Absolutely love it. It's an awesome turquoise and it has a glitter to it. So I colored in the 2 words that came in the Dear Lizzie watercolor, and that was in the color add-on. And I colored it with the gelatos, and I really liked the look of that. And then I had 3 enamel dots left, and I used them all on this layout. There was only 3, so I put them in 3 different locations on the layout. And now I'm just going to glue everything down, and then I'm going to take out my Wink of Stella glitter pen and my Sakura pen, and I'm going to glitter up those words, and it looks really good. And while I'm doing that, and the only thing that I add, I think, to this is XOXO with my Sakura white pen on a few of the circles, and I add the title, which you're going to see in a bit, and the date. But while I'm doing that, I have to tell you another funny story. This happened today. Now, I'm happy. It's funny now. It wasn't funny when it happened. Kind of scared me. And I'm just glad I still have all my teeth. I'll just say that, okay? So we have a wood stove. And today it was minus 45 degrees. So it is freezing, okay? So I was putting wood in the fire. And there's a metal plate inside so that the flames can't go up the pipe and cause, you know, a fire, chimney fire, which is good, you know. But anyway, there was a piece of wood that got stuck. Like it wasn't going underneath. So I was trying to wiggle it so that, you know, I could get it to fit underneath that metal piece. I had a fire poker thing. So I'm giving it my all, which, you know, I'm probably not the strongest person in the world, but I'm not the weakest either. So I'm giving it my all. And all of a sudden, the poker tool slips, flies totally up like towards me and whacks me in the forehead. I thought I broke my glasses, okay, because it whacked me right in the face. Whacked me in the forehead, right down my face. And like I said, I'm lucky that I think my glasses prevented it from hitting. It hit a little bit on where my lips are and my chin, but not as hard as my forehead. Like I right away, like just, and I just put the poker tool down and I walked to the bathroom and literally I saw my forehead swell right up. A big goose egg on my forehead, okay? So anyway, I walk out of the bathroom and I must have been as white as a ghost. And I thought I was going to pass out. And so I called my husband at work because I thought, I can't, you know, if I pass out, I don't know what's going to happen. So I called my husband at work and I said, can you stay on the phone with me for a few minutes? Because I feel like I'm going to, you know, pass out. And he's like, what's going on? And I told him, and you know, he didn't want to laugh, but it is kind of funny, I have to say. And when my son came home this afternoon, I told him the story. And I mean, now that they know I'm okay and everything, they were doubled over laughing. But I have to tell you, I was a little afraid for a minute because I didn't know, you know, if I was, anyway, like I said, the big bump, and then I thought maybe I cracked my glasses, and then I was like worried about my 2 front teeth. Me and Mason would have been, you know, 1 tooth missing buddies. But anyway, scared the dickens out of me. So I thought I'd just share that. Now that it's over, I still have a wicked headache, I have to say, but it is kind of funny now. But I wasn't laughing when it happened because like I said, I didn't know if I really, really hurt myself, like a concussion or something. But anyway, I'll live. So I cut down that pattern paper so that it was about 11.5 inches. And then I went in my stash and got that navy. It has white speckles on it. I had bought like 50 sheets of this, so I still have a whole ton. But whenever I can use it as a background, I do. First of all, I like the pop of color. It kind of grounds the whole thing. It just kind of looked floaty before I did that. And then as soon as I, put it down on that navy cardstock, it just kind of finishes it. Now I'm going to take, oh, I forgot about that. I took my glitter pen and I went to some of the circles around the layout, not all circles, just some of the circles. And I added some glitter to it. So it makes some of the circles kind of shiny. And then this is where I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm also going to do some X's and O's. So this was a fun layout to document, and that's what I'm going to document there, was that this was his first pair of skates. And when my husband took him, we tried to find some and we couldn't. They only had the kinds that you put over the boots and stuff, and we didn't want that. We wanted a real pair of hockey skates. And my husband went to a secondhand place, and where, they sell used skates. They look like they're brand new. We can imagine at that age, they don't get too much wear and tear on them. But anyway, so we got them there, but they're just like brand new. So it's awesome. We got them sharpened for him. Now we're just going to get him a little hockey helmet, and we're going to take him skating. And that's going to finish off the layout. So here are some close-ups of the layout and of each of the little embellishment clusters. So if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up just to let YouTube know that you're enjoying them. And that's it. I finished the 6th layout, and I'll be sharing another layout from the Hit Kit soon. So thanks for watching. Bye.